settlement before that church was built up on the high ground on the left here. Just go straight up this way. This is the river Ness on the right, various bridges crossing over it. There's at least 7 bridges over the river Ness. I say it's a short river connecting the North Sea. This river flows right through the middle of Inverness and out into the North Sea from Loch Ness itself. Straight up to the junction, turning right on the bridge up there. So Inverness does have a castle which is dead ahead. Quite hard for you all to see it, but we'll see it a little better as we go up and round over the bridge. So this one here, the right hand lane, yeah, just take a right here. So now up on the high ground here is being refurbished. It used to be where all the Highland law courts were, but the last few years they've been refurbishing it and they built a new set of law courts further down, about a mile away in Inverness, and they're going to turn the Inverness Castle into much more of a tourist destination. You get good views from up there looking out over the city. You can actually go up to the little narrow tower there and get a good view down, looking out to sea. So the castle itself is quite a modern castle in Scottish terms. It was built in the 19th century. It replaces various other fortifications that used to be on that site, going right back to the Dark Ages. They think there were Pictish wooden forts on there back in the day, 600s AD. Just crossing the River Ness now, going to the western side of Inverness. Now on the west side of Inverness now, we're going to be gradually heading out to the southwest on our way to Loch Ness. Inverness does have a cathedral, but it's not a Roman Catholic cathedral, it's what they call an Episcopalian cathedral. That means Episcopalian is a Protestant faith, that the Episcopalian Church has bishops. The main religion in Scotland is the Church of Scotland, which is a Protestant religion, but they don't have bishops. It's a difference. The buildings we're passing on the left are the main headquarters of the Highland Council that administers the whole of the Highland region of the country of Belgium and Europe. But it's a very low population. It's only just over 500,000 people. If you went back 300 years, the population of the Highlands would have been double that. It's shrunk dramatically for a lot of different historical reasons that I'll talk about a little bit later on today. The Caledonian Canal, and it runs behind all these houses over here on the right and eventually joins up with the river a few miles down the valley. The canal itself was to allow shipping to cross through the Highlands instead of making the dangerous passage up north between the Orkney Islands and the mainland of Scotland through the Pentland Firth, which is a very stormy, high current area of sea. And it was provide a shortcut as well, because it's a much shorter journey. It's basically 60 miles of canal running from Inverness down to the Atlantic Ocean at Fort William. See the canal on right and left here? Left leads up to Loch Ness and right leads up to the sea. When the canal was built, it was the most advanced canal ever built on Earth. It was developed and designed by our most famous Scottish engineer, Thomas Telford. That way? Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So Thomas Telford spent his whole life building structures, bridges, canals, even schools that are still in use today. So Thomas Telford is considered by many Scots people to be the most impressive and influential Scotsman of all time. Far more than any politician or military leader or poet or anything else. As a stonemason, and he studied architecture down in London under some of the greatest architects in London. Then he went off on his own and became an engineer. One of the bridges he built, the Menai Bridge down in North Wales, was the most advanced bridge ever built on Earth. Still in use today.